On this episode, we talk about back-to-school routines. Welcome to episode 21 of EFS TV. I'm Nathaniel Decker.
And Megan Osisco.
And today, as we said, we're going to be talking about back-to-school routines. So, with everybody going back to school, kids are getting back into it, it kind of leaves mothers and fathers and parents as a whole struggling to get back into a routine of their own.
They need to now, get the kids ready for the bus, make sure lunches are packed and all that fun stuff.
Right. So we want to make sure that, we're kind of helping people. And we get these questions a lot. A lot of times this is where even the clients that we already have start to ramp up their programs. They're like, can we train an extra day a week or something like that, just to help get back into that routine and back into the swing of things. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
So we want to give you guys some tips exactly to stay in a routine. So one thing I personally like to use is a calendar. I map out my month ahead, noting where my priorities are, where everything needs to be. So I map it out that way. So a good thing for you guys with kids and back to school, make sure you have all of their activities listed out. Use different highlighter colors and make sure you make yourself a priority as well on that calendar.
100%. And I think a good tip that I actually just gave to somebody this morning is don't fall into the trap of moving around your workout times too much. If mornings typically work well for you, get out of bed and get your workout in. If evenings typically work better for you, that's fine, but just make it a priority. Like you said, don't get up in the morning and say, I'll just work out later. And then it never happened. If you just try to change that around, you're not making it a priority in your schedule. And even if you are still getting it in, there's going to be days where you're like, I don't really feel like getting up today, or the evening gets busy because now the kids have to be at soccer practice or whatever the case may be. So don't fall into the trap of moving your workouts around throughout the day. Pick a time that typically works for you and try to stick to it.
Yeah.
So outside of that, do you want to talk a little bit about preparation?
Yeah. So preparation is key to a lot of things. Of course, we can't always plan things out, and we can't plan for unexpected events to take place, but if we're prepared ahead of time, then at least we know we'll be ready at a drop of the pin. So, preparation of meals, preparation of workouts, schedule that time, because if you're not scheduling time to prepare, you're not going to ever do it.
Right, you're preparing to fail, right? That's what they say. So, I think a big point for me, meal prepping is even tough for me sometimes just because, our schedules are crazy. We work around everybody else's schedule, and then we have things on top of that to do. I pick 2 days in the week that I know that I can cook personally. I usually go with like Sundays and Thursdays where I cook for the next few days, and that allows me to stay prepared so that if something does come up, I don't have to go and grab any fast food or anything that's unhealthy or make unhealthy choices. Outside of that, the workouts, I like that you touched on that, because coming into a workout with a game plan is going to help keep you on task rather than just coming in or going into the gym, or whether you're doing it at home or the gym. You're just going to fall into the trap of doing the things that you're comfortable with. So if you're at a gym, you're like, I'll just get on the treadmill, right? But your body adapts to those things. So if you're doing the same things over and over, it's just slowing your results that much more. So.
And last thing I want to say about that, going into the grocery store with a list. A lot of...
That's a solid point. That's something that I'm terrible at, actually.
You're going to go in there, and the kids are going to have snack time, and, you're going to have to pack their lunches and everything. Make it a family thing. Make it a family-oriented event where you're getting good, nutritious food for the kids, so that even when you are, preparing the night before for their lunches, you aren't snacking on unhealthy stuff.
Right. And I usually try to stay away from the unhealthy stuff by just sticking to the outsides of the grocery store. So stay away from the aisles. Those will get you in trouble.
Okay. Last one, you want to touch on trying something new?
Yeah. So a couple different points here. One thing that, obviously personal training would be great, right? Everybody, if you have a personal trainer to reach out to us, obviously. We can help you along with trying some new stuff. So if you're used to doing any certain kind of programming, whether it's like circuit training or just cardio, we can help you change those things up to keep it interesting and help keep you engaged. And then outside of that, accountability buddies, I'm huge on those. So if you go to work and you have some friends that are looking to get in shape as well, talk to them about it and hold each other accountable. I think that's a really big point, especially for people that you work with are the easiest, because outside of your family, you see them the most often.
Right.
So, and that's about it.
I agree.
Got anything else?
No.
No. I'd say those are our top 3 tips. I'd say for getting back into a routine. It's very important, so make sure that you are trying to develop some sort of routine now that the kids are back in school. So if you guys have any other questions regarding routines, anything of that nature, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll see you on the next episode.